Good morning, bedheads. Click. Look at this cute mug somebody sent me. Spiritual sleuth. You guys pay so close attention. I love it. I called myself a spiritual sleuth one time. I thought we're all spiritual sleuths. Isn't that the cutest ever? Oh my gosh, you guys. Whoever sent this, thank you. I didn't get a name on that. Click. I hope you're doing well. This is Coffee with Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. And I got a couple things to talk about today. I just sent out a newsletter, and actually, I'm going to read a poem that Mabel and I wrote this morning. That I put in the newsletter that I sent out. I'm going to read you a letter that I'm sending to my representatives today that has to do with the rhetoric from JD Vance, and letting my representatives know that I am aware of the division that all representatives, all politicians, and corporations want to keep us divided, and that I'm very aware of that now. And I will no longer allow that. I will only support politicians and corporations that don't try to divide us. So that is where I'm at with that. So I will read you that letter. Again, if you do receive our newsletter, the QR code's right here, or it's in the description. The link is in the description. You'll get things like this from me. Just when I'm inspired to share something, plus notes from energy reports and that sort of thing. Okay, a few things. Actually, I want to talk about rebounding too. I know that's really off topic, but I just started rebounding again yesterday. I thought, you know what? I'm not feeling motivated to walk right now. It's a little warm. When it gets a little cooler, I'll walk more. But sometimes when I'm not motivated to walk or even go to the gym and lift weights and stuff, then I'm like, okay, I can't just sit here. So I have a rebounder and a step, like, those steps, like I used, step that you can do in aerobics, like an aerobic class, a step. I don't know. What are those called? Anyway, so I have those in my closet so I can just pull them up. Like I can just step up and down, up and down, up and down. If I, wanted to do that, like if I'm just watching TV, just step, right? But rebounding. So I want to talk about rebounding a little bit. Again, I know that's off topic, but for those of you who have never considered rebounding, I'm going to read very briefly the benefits of rebounding. Okay. And the thing is, as you get older, rebounding is much easier on your joints than a lot of other things that you could do, and it actually is good for your joints. That's the thing. It's actually good for your joints. So before I do that, I just wanted to show you guys our journals are in. Now, these are only the Halloween versions. Aren't they adorable? So they're all kind of similar, but a little different. So they're different colors, but the designs are a little similar. But if you look on the inside, and these journals are for the 30-day challenge that's coming up on October 1st. So again, you can use your own paper. Don't worry about it. If you join the newsletter, you'll get the prompts and stuff like that from me. You don't need to have one of these. So this is just for people who like a little structure. So the inside though has designs here. This one's kind of cute. Okay, here's day 10. Okay, so day 10, it's got a can of eyeballs or a jar of eyeballs. It's Halloween. I mean, come on. And then you'll have two pages of journaling, like 1.5 pages of journaling. It's not that much, but then you'll write a letter to your higher self and your spirit guides, and you can choose like different categories, and you'll write a letter, and then down at the bottom, you will be prompted it says, raise the energy of your request by speaking it out loud and charging it with crystals. So what I do when I write in mine, I'm still writing actually in this one. This was a sample copy we received, and I'm writing in this one, not for resale. So we have other designs too, these like flower designs. But when I write in one, so you can see, I'm doing a lot of writing, I will then I'll grab some crystals out of my I just kind of go like this and grab some crystals out of my basket and then put the crystals on there just to kind of energize it a little bit. So get your journals. Aren't these fun? I'm hoping to have 3 fall designs. So if you want to wait a little bit, I mean, October 1st is coming up. If you want to wait a little bit, obviously Amazon will deliver them to you in a day or two. So I'll let you know when the fall designs are out. Okay, so rebounding real quick, you guys. If you haven't considered rebounding, and this is not a promotion for rebounding, but I do have an affiliate link in the description below. I'll put it towards the top, you guys. I know it's hard to find stuff because we have a bunch of links and all that kind of stuff in our description. I'll put it at the top, okay? For now on, when I mention specific links, other podcasts, whatever, I'll put it at the I don't know if I can put it at the very top. It'll be underneath the description. Okay, it'll be the first links, put it that way. I will put the rebounder that I have, and I have been using this. It's actually one of the least expensive rebounders, although I think I'm going to order the bar today. I just feel like sometimes I'm a little, it's really good for balancing, but you don't want to fall off of it. That's for sure. I've never fallen off of it, so I have pretty good balance, but if sometimes my core doesn't. Like yesterday, I was rebounding, and I was watching volleyball actually on TV while I was rebounding, and for some reason, it made me feel a little disoriented. And I'm like, you know what? I could use a handle on this thing. So I'm going to buy the handle today for it. I don't know how easy it will be for me to store it with the handle on there. I got to think about it. So anyways, I just stick it in my closet, this rebounder that I have. So it's actually one of the less expensive ones, and it's been great. It's been fine. It's never, busted or anything like that. So, okay, so let's just talk real quick. This is what Mabel gave me about the benefits of rebounding. And rebounding is these little trampolines. A little trampoline. It's a pretty, I have the 40-inch trampoline. You can also get the 48, I think, from the same company. But I have the smaller one. It's just fine for me. But if you want a little bit wider, I just wanted the smaller one for storage. It doesn't fold up. If you want one that folds and all that, you'd have to spend more money probably. So, okay. So rebounding flushes out toxins because it's moving your lymph system around, okay? And you don't even have to get off the rebounder. You can just boom, 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 boom. So bouncing, if you've never learned about what bouncing does to your body, it flushes toxins, which is really good, okay? It boosts natural detox, strengthens your heart, and pumps up circulation without having to go running or something. There is some data from NASA. They actually do rebounding for the astronauts. There's some data about if you rebound for 10 minutes, it's like running for 30 or something like that. Don't quote me, I don't know, but there's something like that. It builds strong bones, so it keeps your bones, because your bones get activated. So, when you're bouncing, okay? And it's easy on the joints. So a lot of us, with joint pain, actually it's strengthened. So if you have joint pain in your knees, you obviously want to build up to it. So when you get your rebound, or if you decide you want to do this, build up to it. I had to build up to it last night because I hadn't been rebounding for a while. Even though I've been walking and lifting weights, I still had to build up to it. Right? Because your calves will cramp if, I do jumping jacks on it. I enjoy doing jumping jacks on it. I'll do 20 and then I'll get down and I'll stretch my calves and keep stretching. Make sure you stretch your upper back for sure. One time when I was rebounding, I didn't stretch good enough. I got a muscle spasm in my back. Because my back was like, wait a minute, what? And actually, muscle spasms are caused by your skeletal movement. I learned that from my chiropractor. From your skeleton somehow my skeleton got, I needed an adjustment. And when you need an adjustment, it'll cause a muscle spasm because the muscle is spasming to protect your skeleton. So I thought, oh, you're like, your muscle, your bones basically. So I thought, I never knew that before. So that's interesting. Improves balance, posture, and core strength. It definitely does the core strength, which is what I was telling you about last night. When I was watching volleyball, I don't know, I really had to focus to make sure I didn't fall off of it. And so that's when you have to do that, then you're working on your core. Fires up metabolism, supports weight loss, melts away stress, lifts your mood, sharpens focus, memory, and mental clarity, strengthens your immune defenses, aids digestion, reduces bloating, and it's fun, gentle, and safe for all ages. That's what Mabel said. Okay. All right. Now I want to read you my poem that I wrote today. I hope this inspires some of you to think about things that are going on in the world a little differently. This is why I wanted to write this. Okay. Okay. So I'm calling it When We Lay It Down. When We Lay It Down. Okay, when we lay down our hats of red and blue, the colors won't split me apart from you. I love that. I told Mabel I wanted to rhyme, so there we go. When we lay down the guns, the lines in the sand, we'll reach for each other with open hand. When we lay down the claim, my faith is the way, my culture alone must forever stay, we'll tear down the walls that keep us confined, for love is the truth that all hearts can find. It won't be the people who choose the divide, but wealth and power that profit with pride. Politicians and towers of greed-built stone will lose their grip when we stand as our own. For we the people will see through the lies. Our hope is the flame that never dies. We'll stand for water, for food, for rest, for work with dignity, shelter, and breath. We'll stand for laughter, for children's song, for healing the places we've gone wrong. We'll stand for kindness, for justice near, for living in love instead of fear. When we lay down the hatred, the fight, we'll step together into the light. For under the sky, both you and me belong to one human family. Isn't that sweet? I just got the shivers. I just gave myself the shivers of my own poem. So obviously Mabel wrote a lot of that, but I gave her the structure. I said, these are the things I want to include. So it's so much fun working with AI, you guys. If you're not doing it, it's so much fun. Okay, then Mabel helped me write a letter now to my representatives for today. And I would like to see if this inspires you to write your own letter. I will actually post this letter. The only challenge is, so if you didn't get the newsletter today, because I did put it in the newsletter, I will post it. I'll put a post. Yes, I will post it in the post area of the channel. Okay, the post area of the channel. Although I did that the other day and only one person made a comment on it. So it makes me wonder if nobody's really going to post. So I don't know. We'll see. Although, no, actually you guys are, because I did a poll and like 1,000 people. I'm going to get to that. We're going to do some intention creation. Maybe I'll do that for tonight. We're going to do some intentions with our lead team with oracle cards, okay, around chaos and all that kind of stuff. Building our intentions using oracle cards to reverse all the tension, reverse all the chaos, which is basically what I'm saying with this poem. Okay, so let's see. Here is the letter to a representative. Again, really, I'm reading this as part of having a larger conversation. Same with the poem, basically, about, you might have heard me talk, if you've heard me over the last the last week or so, my new aha in life is no more labels. Like I am not going to consider myself a Democrat or a liberal or a Republican, or I'm not doing that to myself anymore, and I'm not doing it to other people. I want to retrain my brain and continue that conversation here so that they don't get the opportunity to keep dividing us, because that they're the ones who want red and white. They're the ones selling those stupid hats, right? Both sides. They're the ones. I wore my Kamala t-shirt. No. No more division. I'm done with it. I'm done with the division. And I'm done supporting it. So I will support politicians who are talking about we the people, not this side. We should have a government that's just we the people. That's all we need. We don't need a side. We should have all of our politicians should be running on a platform that support the people, not sides. Not sides. Tell me what you're going to do, and then I'll decide if I like what you're doing. But no more sides. It's ridiculous. It's been causing us problems for millions and millions of years. It's just stupid, you know? Okay, so here is the letter. I am writing with deep concern about the words of Vice President JD Vance on the Charlie Kirk show in the aftermath of Mr. Kirk's tragic killing. In his remarks, Vice President Vance said, "We have to talk about this incredibly destructive movement of left-wing extremists that has grown up over the last few years." Yeah, that's what's grown up. And I believe is part of the reason why Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet. Oh, that's what he believes, huh? Interesting. He pledged to crack down, so Vance pledged to crack down on what he called radical left lunatics. Oh, that doesn't sound familiar. He urged listeners to call them out if you see someone celebrating Charlie's death. Okay? While no one should, okay, so that was the quotes that I put in the letter. While no one should ever celebrate a death, the vice president's choice of words matters. Instead of focusing on unity, healing, or the broader problem of political violence, his comments framed this tragedy as an attack by an entire group of Americans. This is not leadership. This is the continued use of inflammatory rhetoric that keeps citizens suspicious of one another and ensures we remain divided. I want you to understand that ordinary Americans like myself see what is happening. We see how quickly tragedies are turned into weapons of blame. We see how repeated language about radicals, lunatics, and the left or the right, when it comes from the other side, is designed to create enemies where neighbors should stand. It is not about solutions. It is about keeping us locked in conflict. I am also alarmed at the double standard emerging around freedom of speech. Citizens who raise concern about Charlie Kirk's own rhetoric are told to be silent or are publicly shamed, while Vice President Vance, former President Trump, I don't know why it says former. She keeps putting former. Oh my God! So that's in my newsletter because I didn't catch that. That's hilarious. You guys, Mabel keeps putting former President Trump. Do you think there's a reason for that? Isn't that funny? Former President Trump. And others are permitted to use far harsher, more aggressive language without consequence. Freedom of speech cannot be defined or enforced selectively based on who is speaking and which side of the political aisle they belong to. That is a dangerous precedent for any administration to set. I am no longer willing to accept this behavior from any highlighted politician or party. Division may serve political campaigns and corporate profits, but it is destroying our communities and our faith in democracy itself. From this point forward, I reject the labels that divide us. I will not reduce myself or my neighbors to categories meant to turn Americans against one another. I will only lend my support to leaders and corporations who choose unity over division and humanity over rhetoric. Sincerely, Karen. I'm going to say sincerely bedhead. I really got a bedhead going on today. Sincerely the biggest bedhead. Okay, I think that's all I really wanted to share for this morning. My coffee with Karens have been kind of long, so I know some of you don't mind that, which I love. I love it. Um, but I do want to do the intentions, which will take a little bit longer today. So, yeah, hopefully this inspired you, gave you some things to think about, ways to approach your representatives if you wanted to. I'm actually gonna send another letter. Did you guys hear that Jimmy Fallon's show has been suspended because of his remarks about Charlie Kirk? I don't know what he said. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Charlie is not a martyr. I'm sorry it happened to him. That is effing crazy and sucks. It's awful. I would feel that way regardless. But I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. But okay, right, because it will just stoke the it's just, the hypocrisy. It's just the hypocrisy again, you guys. So, um, yes, I don't need to say it out loud. So, okay, have an amazing day. And actually, I'm going to record a video today because I usually take Friday and Saturdays off of recording. So I record a little ahead of time. And my sister just sent me a text and said the Charlie Kirk video is ready. So we are going to ask the Lead Team Collective if he's ready to talk to us. If he's not, which is fine, the lead team will tell us. And it's okay to ask, because some spirits are going to are going to want to do it once they transition sooner than later, and some aren't going to. So it's okay to ask. We'll just let the lead team decide if that's an appropriate thing. Otherwise, they'll answer your questions. Okay, so it was about, we posted a video, a call out for questions about just Charlie Kirk in general, whatever you guys wanted to know. So we'll see what the lead team has to say. Okay, so that will probably come out tomorrow night on Friday. And the other thing we're probably gonna do is this stupid ballroom. We have a list of questions about the ballroom. And the thing is, did you guys hear this? I don't know if I talked about this earlier this week. I think I did. But you know how Trump is like, someone says to him, a news reporter said, "Oh, how are you? Just checking in. How are you doing about your friend Charlie?" And he goes, "I think I'm okay. Did you guys see the ballroom?" I'm like, he's completely moved on. And all he's talking about is this ballroom that I told you yesterday, I'm not paying my taxes right now. I'm not going to support his freaking ballroom. He says he's paying for it. I don't know. But he did tear down some trees that have been there for a long time from a ballroom that he says they've been wanting for hundreds of thousands of years or something. He exaggerated. Oh my gosh, what's the other thing he exaggerated on recently? I'm not going to remember it, but there was something he said and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was something like that. It would be like him saying that Americans have wanted this ballroom for thousands of years when obviously the US is only, how many years old? It was something like that. It's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, just had to have a little laugh at the end there. All right, you guys. So yeah, write letters to ABC, Disney. I guess they're connected. I'm definitely going to be canceling, or just at least the cable that I get provides Disney Plus. I don't think I'm paying extra for it. If I am, I'm going to be deleting it today. I'm going to be unsubscribing today so they get the message. Not going to be watching anything on ABC for a long time. Hey, this is how we can do it. This is how we push back, is to say, no, we're not supporting that. And people who, again, without using labels, but we're still trying to clear the labels up. People who would normally not support Jimmy, if you or they care about free speech, then we all have to. This is not about right or left again. This is about this is an authoritarian move to squash people who talk against them. It's actually people who talk against them. So that's what we have to be careful about. So, okay, have a good one. Bye bye.